I'm chatting to Leanne Jackson, who is Head of Treating Customers Fairly at the Financial Services Board. She addressed delegates a little while ago on just, sort of an update on TCF and where it's going in terms of each outcome. Leanne, just one or two questions for you. The FSB obviously, has got some feedback from the short-term insurance industry quite recently. What concerns you most about the feedback you've received on TCF?
Hannah, I'm not sure concerns is really the right question. To be honest, I'm pretty encouraged by the quality of the feedback we're getting. I'm certainly encouraged by the quality and extent of industry's participation in the process, willingness to get involved in pilot studies and self-assessment programs and so on. So I think there's a lot of keenness. The challenge, of course, is translating all of that into real action and real change and truly embedding the TCF culture change that we need within organizations. So in terms of the feedback, the fact that the culture-related outcome is the one the industry is rating itself lowest on currently is probably both a good and a bad thing. On the one hand, I think it means that they recognize the importance of that dimension, which frankly is probably the most important one because the rest should follow. And hopefully it means that there'll be a focus. It's bad if it really is indicative of very poor culture, but I'm cautiously optimistic that the majority of insurers and players in the industry are wanting to grasp the TCF initiative and work with it and understand it.
Well, that's encouraging. We often do hear the phrase, if we weren't treating customers fairly, we wouldn't still be in business. So why this regulation? What's your response to that?
Well, I think that's a false assumption. I mean, it presupposes that there is no asymmetry of information between customers and financial services providers. It presupposes that customer satisfaction is a clear indicator of fair treatment, and that's not necessarily the case. Given the complexity of financial services, the lack of understanding of the typical retail consumer, of the complexities of products until it's too late, etc., I think risks of abuse remain, and sadly we do still see examples of it very frequently. So it's useful that people see the connection between their own sustainability and the importance of treating the customer fairly. But most people I've spoken to in the industry readily acknowledge that they've still got a considerable way to go and that they cannot afford to be complacent about their ability to deliver fair outcomes.